people, I haven't done a cooking show in a while, so it's about time for me to do that. So I'm gonna make black truffle gnocchi in a creamy wine butter sauce with mushrooms, shallots, and spinach and olives. So I have my ingredients and stuff right here, and I've already cooked my gnocchi right here. And the only thing I need to do now is start preparing my other ingredients, and there's a little more of the water just in case. So first things first, we got the fire started, and we're going to start to brown some sausage, turkey sausage, hog. Okay, so I'm gonna add a little olive oil and a little bit of truffle oil, which is really just olive oil infused. I don't want to use all this. This is expensive, so just a little bit of that. And then a little bit more of this olive oil. You see that? Just a little bit to coat the bottom of the pan. Okay, let's take a look at that. And so that's going to start shimmering, and we're about to add our sausage. Yes, I definitely need a new camera phone. As you see, it's cracked, so that's what's making some of these images a little cloudy. So just moving that, keep that warm. Okay, so we're gonna just put one in to see if it starts shimmering. I'll turn that heat down. I had that too high. I turned that down to medium. Let's see. Yep, okay. All right. Actually, I don't even have to be cute like that. I was just testing, so here we go. So just get those, as many of them flat as you can. And we put the oil in there to keep it from sticking. You see, it's already leaving brown bits. But that's okay. That's flavor. That's flavor. Okay, let's pause. Okay, so I was just doing a little promo. I'm just making sure my sausage browns. As you see, the heat was too high. That's why you got these brown bits, but that's okay. I'm gonna deglaze the pot with some sherry in a minute. Usually I would just use white wine, but I didn't see it, so I have sherry, which is a little sweeter, but it still gets the job done. Okay, let's pause that. Okay, I think that's enough. So let's transport these back to the plate. Now, if you want to make these smaller, that's fine. You can cut them up after it's cool. I cut them in medallions because it makes them easier to deal with and scoop up. Okay. I had been thinking I could have did some bacon, but I didn't need to do it overkill. Okay, now, next thing is next. Deglaze this pot. It's already starting to smoke up. Let me turn this vent on. Watch this. Okay, now let's see that. I had to use more than I probably would any other time because I'll get the pot too high. So anyway, just deglazing that. Just scraping the brown bits off. The next thing is going to be to add my seasonings and let them bloom. Okay, so what do I mean by that? I'm gonna basically saute these in some oil, very low, and then introduce the other stuff. Okay, I'm just gonna let that evaporate before I do this. Okay, pause. Okay, I had to do a little bit of cheating. So anyway, let's start the blooming process. I got the temperature down low. I need to be a little lower than that. Okay, let's add some truffle oil. And let's add our seasonings. Now, in Italian cooking, you see I'm basically making a paste. And I'm just gonna lightly saute that, very, very lightly. See that? Now, even with that, it's really very quickly. Now, I'm about to introduce my onions and stuff with this butter. Watch this. See that? So let's start. This is the beginning of my base sauce, excuse me. Again, very light. Let's pause. I just had this pause real quick. Now I'm turning up the heat a little bit because those are cool. Okay, now we are going to saute these and with the seasonings. And so I got butter and a truffle oil sauce. And I'm just gonna let that start to shimmer. Needless to say, I don't need to record all that. So let's just put that here for a minute, stop, and I'll be back. Okay, so as you see, this is starting to saute, and now we're about to introduce our garlic. After we introduce the garlic, we'll introduce the mushrooms. So we're going to saute that some more. Okay. Turn that down. Oh. All right, now let's add our mushrooms. Add a little more butter. Now, one moment, let's pause it. There we go. Now let's just saute these on down. This won't take that long. Just soaking all that good juiciness into these mushrooms. Now we're about to add some more wine. So it'll be a wine and butter sauce. Okay, now my mushrooms are brown. Next thing's next. Add a little bit of wine. Turn that heat down a little bit. Yeah. That's how you do it, folks. You see that? That's a wine and butter sauce. Now, let's get a little bit of heavy whipping cream in that. So, hold on, pause. Okay, I just introduced my cream. Okay. Now, I'll let that basically incorporate, basically come together. Now, the next thing we want to do is add some more additional seasonings. What additional seasonings? This I'm going to incorporate, but before that, I'm about to start seasoning this up. This is the last. So hold on. So that was not simmering. So anyway, add some more garlic. A little onion powder, and this truffle seasoning. This is basically a cheese. Let's turn up the heat a little bit, just a little bit. How's that sauce looking, y'all? I'm a little more heavy with it. Just a little bit. More truffle oil. That's for flavoring. I need some regular Parmesan cheese if I have it. And it's getting thick, but don't worry, we're going to add some pasta water, which is going to thin it out. Hold on, Paul. Okay, add a little bit of this in there. All right, now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. Now we got that. We can add some white pepper. Now let's add our spinach, and I'll turn this down again because it's starting to smoke. Don't want it to smoke. But anyway, now we can add these. I don't even know why I put that separate. Might as well be up in here. So anyway, a little bit of basil I believe I have in there. Wilt that. Parsley flakes. Sorry. Now, I'm just gonna basically wilt these in here. Yeah, it's thick, but don't worry. The pasta water is gonna thin that out. And of course I need to put some of the actual truffle salts in here. Oh, just been lazy and just did that by itself. I'm gonna incorporate that into my sauce. Okay, here we go. Stir that in. All right. Okay, now we can add our meat back in. Okay. Now, how do we thin this out? Here we go. Turn the volume back up a little bit, back to medium. Okay, pause. Let's add some black peppercorn. And if I have it, some red pepper flakes. Okay, see that? That's how you know it's thick. See? So So now incorporate the gnocchi into that. Stop. Okay, stir this in. You see how that lightened that back up? Lighten that back up, that sauce. I'm making something. I'm gonna give you a taste. And I still have a little more pasta water. See this? That's that pasta water. Let's turn that up and let it incorporate into the sauce.
Okay,
It's not done yet.
I'm not here for that.
Oh.
Wash these dishes.
Well, thank you. Do you like gnocchi? It's Italian. Okay, I'm just gonna let that simmer for a little bit. For the sauce to reconstitute a little bit with that pasta water. So here we go, people. I'm letting this simmer a little bit. Alright, that's how you do it, y'all. Just wanted that to simmer and incorporate with the pasta water. Get it up this way so y'all can actually see what's going on here. That was just for 5 minutes. Let's just throw in these sun-dried tomatoes now. Okay. Stop. Stop. It's not doing it.
Which they said, idiot.
Here we go, here we go. Hey, y'all, let's see if this is any good. We can stop the cooking process. I think I did all right, people. Yep, not bad. And that's how you do it. All right, here we go, here we go.
Whenever I got canceled, it's faster or harder than Colin Kaepernick. That was a right-wing cancellation. You're right. It happened. There are snowflakes on both sides. But also, if I can bring up one more thing with the woke this week in woke.
Tasty, tasty.
This is pretty amazing.
That's truffle gnocchi. So anyway, that's how you do it. I think one thing I did incorrect or I didn't counter on is the salt that is already in some of the ingredients. And I use salt in my pasta water. So it is a little bit salty. This probably has some salt in it too. So it's good, but I think I might have overdone it with the salt quotient. But it is good. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching the video. Please check out some of my other videos and let me know what you think. Have a great evening.